only thing we have a little bit more of, because we've got some more fantastic sets where you've got Solarbeam and Rondor, New Jersey versus Philadelphia here. Ridley versus Falco, and I mean, right, this is a story of, how can Rondor find these combos? Because Ridley's big, he's not that heavy, but he's also got that nair, so can he space you out, or can you manage to just rack on these cutscenes all day long, Ian?
Oh, 100%. That's the big horrifying thing from either side. Am I going to get comboed? Or on the other side, am I about to die at 20? Because that F smash, up smash, there's so many things that Ridley can do. And I want to see what Solarbeam has got cooking. There's a reason why they're the number 9 and number 8 seed, all right?
Absolutely, right? Controlling the pace of play so huge in this matchup. That fireball could have been huge to keep that ledge trap going, but beautiful recovery route from Rondor, finding his way through. Ridley Nair, though, so incredibly active, gonna keep it going, as will that forward air and the back air to boot. You beautiful job using the ledge to turn yourself around, and you're gonna find the first stock, but it's not gonna last too long, because when you try to land on someone right off that angel plat, I mean, it's a rough time to hit the ground.
Yeah, no, you got that invulnerability on deck. You better respect it. Otherwise, you are going for the ride. And, oh, you hate to see it if you're Solarbeam. But let me tell you, Rondor kind of vibing with that, I'm sure. That was looking like such a horrifying scenario just to get twisted right back around. And now we are cooking with the Falco combos.
Absolutely tried to turn around that fireball, but unfortunately didn't get it. That being said, the F smash, right, still an adjustment, calling out the jump and finding the stock. Now Rondor has a little bit of a cutscene, drops it for a second, but finds the grab after the fact to keep it going. You had Ridley in the corner, but just not able to convert. Keeping this string going, though, right? You still got Ridley in the corner, but that up B gonna hit you below ledge. That move's hitbox is huge.
And that placement was so good. I mean, good gracious, going straight through the stage and then securing not only neutral, but an advantage state. And that's the worry now. How does Rondor will Rondor keep that in mind for next time? Or are we going to see a repeat and just barely off on the spacing? Solarbeam taking that with that smash.
I was gonna say, I think the only thing we're gonna see is a big ol' explosion as, Ridley lets that fire light in his mouth, right, blow Falco all the way to the blast zone. A little bit of engine troubles in that fighter cockpit, so not able to fly his way right back to stage. But we're just jumping right into game 2. No breathers here. Both these players locked, loaded, and ready as we move on over to small battlefield. And Yin, what do you think of the stage counter pick?
I love this pick because when it comes to Ridley, it feels like for this matchup, you're going to want to create a little bit more space. And there were a couple of times where Rondor just wasn't quite able to get in fast enough, or where Solarbeam was able to barely position out. Heck, that's how we saw the last stock go. So now all of a sudden, a little bit less space to breathe for Solar means a lot less room to cover for Rondor.
Yep, I love that back air, right? Falling down, finding your way back, just weaving through and managing to keep the stock. Beautiful job using these full hops to kind of create that vertical mix-up, keep yourself ambiguous as to just where you're going to come down on your timings with these moves, but not able to find the overextension, going to put you in the corner. And this is where you now have to deal with Ridley's fantastic ledge trap game. I don't quite know what happened there. Maybe he thought he had a jump and he didn't, but unfortunately going to SD, lose the stock, and just needs to close this out to keep it going. Finding the confirm there, though, gonna give him a chance to stay in this one, Yin.
Yeah, keeping it nice and clean. Rondor just having the read right there, understanding that jump is a fantastic option off the ledge. I'm just gonna go ahead, try to nair drag it down, and sure enough, that connected right into the sky.
And Rondor, right, starting to use these lasers a little bit more as well, just for Solar to respect them. And right, that he can control the pace of the game from a distance, less end lag than the fireball as well. So Ridley just not having a great tool to contest it. And the down air gonna send you downtown. And just like that, my friend, we are in a one stock scenario. Rondor trying to bring us to the first game 3 so far tonight.
I think that was a big misplay from Solarbeam, because it would have been one thing if that type of side B wasn't punished. But that's how we saw it, that nair drag down a little bit earlier, right before that ledge scenario, was a nair drag down, catching the hand, that claw. And I think that's one of the beauties in Rondor's play right now, is just understanding where Solarbeam wants to position and then utilizing moves like down air and nair to get conversions like that to shut Solarbeam down.
That last sequence off the corner, right? The laser beam on that neutral B to intercept that fireball, right? Not let that ledge trap going. Then the reflector as well, right? Saying you can't come in because I've got a hitbox. There's a frame 1 move, so you also can't throw out those fireballs. And then just managing to convert that whole situation off ledge into not just a combo, but the stock. It was just very creative from Rondor. Solar wasn't expecting that speed, but now back on PS2, and as you were mentioning, this larger space might be the difference that Solarbeam needs. That being said, though, Rondor looked like he woke up in that last game.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's the next fear, right? Is we're seeing conversions like this, and all of a sudden blown up to 80 off of 1 hit. And that's the key thing. Rondor needs to make sure that they are keeping those conversions nice and clean. So the warmer your hands are, the better you're going to be doing in a set against a character like Ridley.
And Solar there, you saw him upbeat a ledge, right? Looking for that spike that Ridley can find with his up special. Not able to find it, though. Still going to find a way back to stage. Keep this pressure on. Utilize these nairs, right? Playing just very reactive. Trying to use these fireballs, right? Force the jump out from Rondor and then catch it. Gonna read a jump of Rondor's, though, in turn with that up smash as well, right? Conditioned it, as we said, from the fireball earlier. And just like that, Solarbeam just picking right up where he left off in game 1 on PS2.
And that is a very scary thing, especially now where you're off stage without a jump. I think this is where Solarbeam had been making a lot of money, not going to secure that edge guard though. And I think that's one thing that Solarbeam can utilize. The minute that double jump is gone, all of a sudden, Falco gets a lot more linear, and Ridley actually has a surprising amount of options to cover a lot of those edge guard routes.
And what a fantastic combo from Rondor. Unfortunately, though, right, Ridley having those 3 jumps, right, still able to find his way back. That being said, you've got the reset, but the up tilt, even though Ridley's so big, right, you just were barely out of reach, each managing to fall out of it, and you just can't find the kill confirm after that. So Solarbeam getting one more chance to hold on, take the second stock first. Rondor thought he had it, but came up just a little short. Now stuck in the corner for his troubles. And Yin, this one could go either person's way. And I think if you can find the extra credit here, you might have the chance to take this game away. And that's Rondor's opportunity right now.
Oh, 100%. And I think the big thing that took that stock right there from Solarbeam was that Solarbeam had been playing very patient and very passive inside of those neutral interactions. Using Nair with a little bit of fade back to try to just hold a little bit of extra stage control.
Oh no!
Hold up, is that gonna be it?
That was so smart! The recovery route from Rondor, are you kidding me, Yin? He was dead. He had no resources left, but he found the perfect angle, not just to sneak his way, right up and past that ceiling that you have underneath PS2, but it wouldn't have been enough. He wouldn't have been able to grab ledge. So not only did he weave in there, he also weaved in the way to get on top of Ridley's own up special, so he'd get hit, give himself the opportunity to attack, not missing those. Rondor able to close, right, find a way back with as creative as Solarbeam was, and just after that, Solarbeam, I just think, wasn't ready, because, like, how do you mentally recover from your opponent just going galaxy brain on you?
Oh, 100%. And I think the other thing is Rondor hasn't been pushing to cover obscure or niche options in these defensive scenarios. So, like, that last stock, for example, your initial thing as Solarbeam is, all right, what's the safest get up option to get me off this ledge so I don't get killed by this down air? And that's a neutral get up. And so Rondor just placing that one simple back air. If Solarbeam had waited, then Rondor doesn't lose the ledge trap. Even if it whiffs, it's not that much end lag, and you're going to be able to go ahead, cover another option, try to maintain stage control. And so just placing it right there, if you neutral get up. And sure enough, Solarbeam did. The game set is over. And all of a sudden, Winterside, top 24.
And that, I mean, that combo from Rondor, right, we just saw in the replay, so incredibly clean, right? Finding these kind of non-true mix-up, just knowing how big Ridley is, that some of these hitbox shifts, you can find stuff that doesn't work on any other character, but here's the X factor at the end, just so incredibly smart, and the tech gonna allow you to get back, and not just get back, right? Get back before Ridley can, allowing you to set up, right? Cover that neutral get up with that back air on reaction and close out the game. Just utterly fantastic stuff. Rondor did an incredible job that game as well, off of down, finding combo extensions off of down air, right? You've got the opportunity to pick a tech option or miss a tech option, but Rondor was mixing up whether he was just gonna follow it up with with a grab, with a nair, fast fall up tilt, try and find a chase, and those mix-ups just became so hard for Solarbeam to deal with, and that Rondor was able to just turn those 40-50% combos into 70-80% combos and a corner situation to boot.
And that was the horrifying thing. Like, we had a Nair drag down come out from Rondor, and then instead of just popping the up tilt, which normally hits and should hit, all right, I'm gonna dash forward and I'm going to go for the grab, because they just weren't quite comfortable enough. They didn't think it would hit there, but they knew that grab would cover both the actual true part of the combo as well as a shield if they didn't get the true follow-up off of, say, the up tilt. And so instead, just going right for that grab to go ahead and follow it up right there. And it's that comfortability with a character that could then allow you to do these combos and a little bit more freestyle that we saw from Rondor. That just looked absolutely beautiful and immaculate.
Oh, I absolutely agree from you. Speaking of